Hello and welcome to Bay of Fundy Fortunes. My name is Natalie. I'm an empath, intuitive card reader, a visionary, and a whole bunch of other stuff. I'm here this evening to do the sign for Gemini the twins, and they are a little late. They're not like dead on mid-month. This will be from the 18th through to the 31st of May. Anyways, something's better than nothing, right? So we're there to do that. Just to put the smudge up. I got all the Speaking of candles, I'm burning my candle right here from intuitivecandles.com. Majestic Rose, my favorite. They are, if you're not familiar, 100% soy-based candles that when they melt down, they have a reveal wrapped in tinfoil with beautiful gems and stones and all kinds of beautiful stuff. Beautiful pendants, crystals, stones, gems, the whole 9 yards. They are fantastic. Go to intuitivecandles.com, and if you do, use the promotional code that they have going on right now, BOFF10. It's BOFF with 2 F's, 10, okay, for 10% off your order. So let's get right into your shuffle and see what we can stir up for you, Gemini. I got new cards, guys. I just haven't even taken the plastic off the box yet. I have to find the time. And I'm anxious to get into the new ones. These work fine for me. They just don't look real good on camera. They look kind of ratty, I'm sure. So, but the other ones, and they'll shuffle so much nicer. It'll be better. I can't get my rhythm in here tonight at all. At all. Okay, I'm going to give her one run, and then I'm going to cut the deck, and I will consult with Pendulum to see if these are definitely your cards for the next couple weeks. All right, now I'm going to cut. I better turn them over first. There we go. Wait for me. Okay, and bring in Pendulum. Come on, Charles. Yes, this one has a name. I've had strange experiences with this pendulum. I like them now a lot. As this deck stands, of the top 5 cards, the cards that are meant for the period of May 18th through to the 31st, for the sign of Gemini, the twins in this general public free reading, are the top 5 cards, the cards that are meant, that'll reach the most people and resonate with the most of the top 5 cards that are meant for this spread. I'm getting a nice, good, healthy yes. I'm not going to waste any time. Thank you. You may rest. Wonderful. Beautiful. Thank you. All right, let's get right into it here. See what we can stir up. Hope that it's all good and exciting. We always hope for the best. Very first card, your overall energy for the next couple of weeks, Gemini. It's a Knight of Pentacles. Loyalty. Beautiful card to have. We could all use more loyalty in our lives. Okay, interesting. In your financial and wealth sector, you've got the Two of Swords and being at a crossroads. Decisions to be made there. Card number 3, your hearth, your home, love, health, friends, family, intimate. 6 of Swords and calm. What's wrong with that? It's better than upheaval and chaos. Okay, card number 4 is your challenges for over the next couple of weeks. You got the Tower, and it is about destruction. Not always bad. Please do not panic. And remember, it's a general reading. It's not going to resonate with all of you. 5 of Pentacles and abandonment. Okie dokie, that's your message from Spirit. You're never alone. Do know that right from the get-go. You're never alone. Okay, so the very first card we got is the Knight of Pentacles. And where this guy shows up, this can be an energy sometimes, because it's a general reading. You can't pin down just what it is for everybody. But sometimes it's just an energy. Sometimes it's an actual person as well. It's a very good card to have. Absolutely. This guy here, he's very, very slow. He's very, very steady. He's very, very careful and very methodical. Maybe that's you. Maybe that's somebody that you know. And it could be the energies and your intuition telling you to take something very, very slow. Be methodical, but remain steady. Don't have stops and goes, breaks, stops and goes, breaks. slow, and steady. Okay, continuous. If this is somebody that you know, the characteristics of him that you would identify with are he's not the most charming person that you would ever meet. But one thing he is that a lot of people aren't in this world, sadly, is very, very loyal and extremely trustworthy right to the end, would never, ever, ever break your trust in any way, shape, or form. If you've got people like that in your life, you're really fortunate. You really are. So anything he brings to you, and he may be bringing something to you, some kind of an offer, offering something to you, offering to help you out with something, can be taken very, very seriously. If he gives you advice and offers you advice, that can be taken very, very seriously. Anything he says can be taken to the bank, literally and figuratively. He's very trustworthy. He also, this person, doesn't just talk about what he's all about, and what he can do for you, or all you have to do is look at him and his life. It speaks for itself. He doesn't have to prove anything to anybody. It's all with him. It's all around him. All his accomplishments, where he's at in this world, or a general idea anyway. It's just fantastic. This crotch rocket's just ripping. I can hear them a good mile off, and they are just giving her. They're going to fly by here, and it's going to sound like a sky full of bees going by. They make my hair stand. This is a very nice road. It's great for bikers and stuff. But when the crotch rockets come through the roads like this, oh, it's just, oh. Anyway, they're distracting me a little bit. I don't like that. I wish they'd get to where they're going, get it over with. But anyways, yeah, this guy, I mean, well, you know, he's not all talk. This guy's all action, and everything speaks for itself. He doesn't have to convince anybody of anything. He's a really good reputation as well. People may say he's not, you know, he's not somebody say, hey, let's go for coffee. We'll talk about this, right? You really don't want to be around this person any longer than you need to be. They make you very kind of, they're so serious that you have to pull the serious side of you out as well. And maybe some of you aren't all that great at that. Maybe you are, but there's going to be a few. They're going to find that like a restriction, that you're feeling restricted around this guy. Everything's very proper and straightforward and very serious, and we're all grown-ups here and very businesslike. And it's like some of the air gets sucked out of the room when you're with him. It can be intense. With this person. Do you know this person, or is this you? You know, this could be you too, Gemini. Hard to say, right? But he is, you know, if you gave this man your last $100 out of your bank account and you had not a penny left to your name, and he told you, if you give me that, I can make 5 out of it for you, he would do it. You would trust him to that point. You'd give him your last money to make that multiply into something else. That's how great this person is. The card is coming forth when this guy shows up, and it's here to tell you this is the time now, and the time is right for you to make some serious decisions about your long-term future. It's time to put on the big panties and pull them up and get down to serious business for your future. Think ahead. The advice is hard graft may not be that exciting to you, but in the bigger picture, in the end, will be so worth it to you, and you'll be grateful that you took the time, put in the extra hard work. It took the long way around to get to where you are. You'll be glad that you did. Keywords are order, planning, trust, work, property, investment. Okay. Your next card, your finances and wealth, the 2 of Swords and Crossroads, and this may be some of you making plans, decisions, and choices which way to go for the bigger picture in your future. When it comes to finding, there's definitely, first thing off this card, a decision must be made. And this is a situation where both sides, there's 2 choices here, and both, just like the Swords show, both sides are equal in power. They balance the same, their power is the same, everything is the same, except they're not. One goes to the left, one goes to the right. Which way are you going to go? You have to make a decision here. There's going to be one little thing that will sway you one way. There's no winner, no loser in the situation. but there'll be one thing, one way or the other, that sways you. And it could be a clue that you're obviously missing. You may be overthinking these choices as well. You're thinking, if I go that way, it could take me a long time to get my money back. If I go that way, it's going to take me a long time to get my money back. Here's what you got to do. This is all I can come up with right now, and the best I can do for you is to tell you, you look at each option very carefully before you make a choice. You see what the option is, what's to be gained by it. There's no difference between the two, right? Where are you going to be in the bigger picture with this one? Imagine yourself there. And where would the bigger picture in this one take you? Try to get in touch with the bigger picture to help you make your choices, okay? And making a choice is better than none at all, by the way. You basically have to make a choice, just that simple. The advice of the card is to look again. So walk away from it. If you're overthinking things and your head's starting to hurt, walk away, let it go, come back, take a whole fresh new look at it. That could really help. That can make a big difference, believe it or not. It does. I don't know why. It just does. We go back with a fresh set of eyes, and we see things we never seen the first time round. It's just the way it works. Your keywords are doubt and uncertainty, stalemate, indecision, stuck, disconnection, and blocks. So you got to work through that. This is going to affect your financial. What it is a matter of speed, which is going to get you to the bigger picture the quickest. But if you take the quickest path, is that going to cost you in a way? You got to think about that. Your third card is the Six of Swords. We're looking at calm. What a great card to have. What this is calm waters after much upheaval, after much chaos, after coming through something. This is your personal life. This is your family life, your home, all your relationships of every way, shape, and form. So it could affect any of those areas or more than one even. But you're experiencing calm waters after all of this craziness you've come through. Sense of conflict. This card also brings about brings you right to water, basically a trip over water. Water seems to be highlighted here, even though this is swords. I know it's not emotions or anything like that, which would represent water. But this card shows you after coming through whatever it is some of you have come through. Please remember, general reading. Some of you come through some chaos, some conflict, some upheaval, and now you're coming into and sailing into much calmer waters. And what this is, where you've come from, has given you ability, because you've survived it, to make it to the calmer waters, the ability to move on now in positive ways. This could mean new work on the horizon for some, which would be wonderful. This is also a card about self-protection and prioritizing so that you keep more control and keep things calm. You like calm a lot better, all right? So that's going to be, you're going to be taking measurements and measures to put things in place where that won't happen again. I'm not going to ever go through that again. I learned my lesson. And you're going to make a conscious effort to try to not ever have to go through anything like that again. Also, you're being encouraged at this point. It's time to clean house. I always call that, time to call it that for 30 years. Time to clean house. You get rid of the people that are no longer serving you any purpose or doing any good for you at all. If anything, they're holding you back. They're dragging you down. This kind of a thing. People that you really don't even connect with. Yet for some reason, they've appointed themselves to be some kind of guardian of your life, and they're going to rule you and tell you what you should. But they do that with everybody. It's their personality. It's time to cut the cord. And you know, you can slowly pull away from people like that if you're not the type of person to come forward and say, look, I don't even want to bother with you anymore. I know there are a few people in the world that are that blunt, would just come out and tell us they wouldn't waste. They'd just say, I really don't like you. I don't click with you, and I don't want you around me. Please don't talk to me. Goodbye. You know, if you're like that, then go right ahead. But the rest of you can kindly, softly pull away from somebody like that if you're not comfortable being that blunt and that forward. Advice of this card is, and then this is wonderful advice, just go with the flow here. And any changes and opportunities that may come your way and present themselves before you, don't be so quick to shut them down. Keep the possibility open, keep an open mind, check it out, listen them out, hear them out, whatever comes your way, and then think about it before you speak. You don't want to cut your nose off to spite your face. You don't want to say no too quickly, too early. The keywords for this card are journeys, moving on, safe haven, Immigration indicating travel here to someplace new. Finding peace, finding resolution. And the big word here is protection. Making sure I'm never going to go through that again. No way. All right, your next card, we're looking at your challenges for the last 2 weeks of May here. Okay, so this card, don't be thinking it's really, really bad. For some, it may be literal. For others, it may not. Again, for some people, right off the top of this card, some of you may feel like you've come through something here and you're still feeling the residual after effects of something you've come through, and there's still something has its claws into your shoulders holding on to you like this, and you're feeling like your whole world has fallen apart. You can't shake that off, that feeling. You maybe it did fall apart, and now you're taking those few steps coming back in the other direction. You're coming back, you're going up, not down. But the claws are there. That horrible feeling, you can't shake it off. Whatever you've had, never want to go through that again, ever, ever, ever. But here's the thing: when chaos reigns like that, and chaos comes into your life, and it turns your life upside down, the immediate ramifications and the drill down effect from that are changes in your life. These things bring changes to us all the time, sometimes for the better, and we're wandering around feeling lost and abandoned, saying, "But why? Why? And where am I going to now? Now where do I go? Now feeling completely lost." And please don't feel that way. Place more trust in your universe, into your creator, and ask for guidance. If it's bigger than you are, if you're terrified and petrified, you're just frozen with fear, that you can't speak, you can't voice your opinions, you can't vent to anybody, you're holding everything, put it in the hands of the universe. The way some people would say, I'll put this in the hands of God. It's bigger than me, and I will trust that what needs to happen will come my way. I'll find my place within it in my comfort zone so that I can take the wheel again. But sometimes you need to just let go of things. It's the way it is, and leave it in the hands of the universe. It's just that simple. Some of you may be feeling challenges like to your, that's what I felt anyway. It was, challenges to your security and your finances, things, your bottom ground, your foundation. You're feeling your foundation cracked, kind of a thing. But the thing is, I mentioned, the changes that this brings about, they're not all going to be bad. That's the thing about life overall. Hell and damnation. If something bad possibly could happen, then something good possibly would happen. Chances are something good is going to trump the something bad, because good wins out over bad. Anytime there's more strength in white and light, okay, and in purity than there is in darkness, all right, the negativity. So let me pull my book here for a minute, you guys. I want to get the keywords and the advice from this card, because it's worth taking home. That was meant to be. It opened right up. The advice of this card: surrender to the, there you go. What did I tell you? Surrender to the universe and give up control, and begin to construct a new way of working, thinking, relating, or living. Find a new way of going about. You could say, I liked myself then. I liked my life back then. You can find a new way and find a new way back and have that once again. You will be given the tools to rebuild whatever has fallen, and then some. You'll make it better than what it was when you left it, when you lost it, and when it fell apart. But you're going to have the freedom to do that. You can rebuild whatever has fallen. Your keywords on this card are breakdown, endings, chaos, surrender, breakthrough. But the last two words on this challenge, the challenges for the last 2 weeks, is new beginnings. A very, very, very good word. Enlightenment. All right. Your last card here is the Five of Pentacles. And whoever's just been through this and come through this, some of you are still going to be lagging behind. Lagging behind, I'm sorry. Because it shows up in this card, and some of you, I just heard somebody's letting themselves get pulled into a rut here because of what happened. All right? You're in such a rut that if you don't rescue yourself, nobody else can rescue you for you. And you will stay down there indefinitely. All right? Now that's your choice. You can do that. Here's the thing. Yes, really bad things happen, but Sometimes we make more things. I'm not saying that in this case for everybody, but I'm saying some of you make more things than they really, really are. They make, okay, first thing off this card is fears of poverty and fears of isolation. It's just not your reality. It's not true. These are fears. But you live now already like you're in that. And you almost feel like, I'm feeling for somebody, somebody's feeling like, if I don't remain fearful of isolation, abandonment, poverty, being alone in the world, being homeless, if I let go of that fear, then it's really going to happen. As long as I have that fear and I'm aware of it, it'll never happen. That's ridiculous. Let that go. That's all pure negative energy you're holding. You're holding on real tight. You're holding it in real close. And you shouldn't be doing that at all. You have to stay in the now and stay in your reality. Now, when you do that, when you literally put your brain and yourself in the now, right in this moment, all right? And you look at your life in this moment, where are you? Are you anywhere close to being isolated and alone and abandoned in the world? Probably not. Are you poor? Are you homeless right now in this moment? No. Why do that to yourself? That's where you need to concentrate, is on the now. Because this becomes more of an exhausting habit than anything else. You're so used to feeling afraid, you don't know how to be anything else. You don't know how to let go of that. There's something there for you to work on, Gemini, all right? So some of you may be distancing yourself due to self-doubt, so you pull back. You don't feel like you're comparison to anybody else. You can't compare and stand up against shoulder to shoulder against anybody else. You feel like everybody's better than everything than what you are. That's just, there's Gemini, the twins. There's this one who's the know-it-all, and this one isn't sure about anything. All right? Some of you may have just recently gone through a breakthrough. We'll give you that much, all right? You may be feeling alone and a feeling of abandonment that is stemming from that. You're not going to be alone forever. We're not meant to be alone. That's what the old theory is. The old belief is we're not meant to be alone. We're meant to mate. We're meant to join for life. This kind of thing. If you met somebody before, and I'm sure you've met somebody before that and somebody before that, you'll meet somebody again. The right person will come along. You got to go through the weeds to find the flowers. You really do. You got to weed out your garden to get to what's worth, and that takes work, and it takes time. And you have to be kind to yourself. Give yourself time. And for some, there's financial changes that break up spring. If you were independent and self-sufficient before you joined with this other individual, you will be independent and successful again after you'll be able to take care of your own self. The advice is you do have support, but you might be looking in the wrong places, going to the wrong people. Be really choosy who you open up and you vent with. That's very, very important. You aren't looking to be judged. You're looking for a little inner wisdom from maybe somebody else. You want to make sure the way you're thinking is true and real and right. Do you have a right to feel this way? Do you think this way? Should you be worried? And somebody else to tell you, no, you don't need to be worried. Look at yourself. You're wonderful. You've got a broken heart, but you're going to go on. Everything else is great. Keywords are isolation, rejection, bias, fear, risk, relationships, money problems, and most of it is just not a reality for you, Gemini. Thank you very much for all being here. If you'd like a private reading, you like this reading, you want something personal and private, I offer that service. Look down below this video window in the Show More section. Grab a hold of my email that's in there, read through there once, send it off, and I'll get you taken care of as quickly as possible. Also, if you join us on Facebook as well, closed private group with like-minded individuals full of people just like me and you. It's a great place to be. And anybody looking for me, you can either find me right here in Bay of Fundy Fortunes, or found down walking along the water's edge, sitting in the sand, sitting on a log, watching the tide roll in or out, bringing in the biggest tides in the world right up to my feet and then some. The beautiful and the bountiful Bay of Fundy. No matter where you catch me, you're always going to catch me with one eye, waiting on the next high tide. Keep the peace in so you can share that love out. Smile at a stranger and make their day. Thank you so much. I hope to see you all back for June. Goodbye for now.